So I woke up this morning to two questions on the same day about the headphones that I use. So I thought, okay, there's some video content I can put on the channel. So my Beyerdynamics, yeah, they come in a little carrier bag, which is a nice little drawstring bag and perfect size for it. There's the headphones. So the Beyerdynamic, and these are the DT770 Pro X LE, so they're limited edition for an anniversary, so 1924 to 2024. And the great thing about these is they are the first pair of Beyerdynamics that actually have a removable lead. We've got like a mini 3-pin XLR scenario going on, so I can literally pin that in there. But that's great for transporting them, because I'll always unplug it, because normally when you're transporting headphones the lead can get knocked, bent, etc. It comes with, as all headphones do nowadays anyway, as you'd expect, the adapter. It's a closed end connector, so these are not universally the same. Hopefully you know that already, but this one is a closed cap, and there is a screw thread at the bottom of the mini jack there and inside there, so it actually screws on. Okay, so again, you can't just use any end type. Great if you could, but I can't with this one. Here's another example. This one's a silver one. That's a closed end one as well, actually. I haven't got an example of an open-ended one in front of me. Don't know if that's got a screw in. Yeah, see. Okay, well that will push on, but it's not screwing on. So I've never tried that. I could try that in my Pioneer DJM A9 mixer. I've not tried that before. But what I wanted to say about the headphones, because the questions were, would I be able to use, because they noticed what I was using, so they said, would I be able to use the Beyerdynamic DT77 Pro X LEs for just listening to my hi-fi at home? Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Again, if I just take the large adapter off and just come to the standard, what we call that 3.5 jack. So the main way I use these, so the bulk of my time, is literally plugged directly into my MacBook Pro headphone input or output. And they are perfectly loud enough. I have to keep the volume down quite a lot because they're nice and loud, which is a good thing. I can crank it up if I want to. They are closed, what you call closed back headphones. So they fully cover your ear, but and with that they're supposed to be non-leaking. So you know, if you're sitting like in your front room, so I might be on the sofa in the evening sitting with my wife, she'll be watching the telly, and I'll be literally sort of set prepping music, analysing music, etc., using Microsoft using Pioneer Record Box. And actually, if I do crank them up, I think they do leak. I've never owned another pair of closed back headphones before, so I've got nothing to compare them to, but I would say they do leak, as in, you know, she can hear the sound, or she can hear, you know, especially the louder they are. And I do find that sometimes when I'm recording my DJ sets on video for my YouTube channel, quite often I'll have the volume really loud because I'm literally in the zone, I'm in the space with the music. But of course there, she can often say, oh, I can really hear you, how loud you've got that. Do you not want to turn it down? Which is interesting, because I thought closed back is supposed to be like fully immersive, no leaking of audio, because then obviously you get the best listening experience as well. So yes, I can. So I use them on a laptop with my MacBook Pro. I don't use a separate sound card, an external sound card for it. Literally just the headphone jack on the MacBook. So yeah, a home hi-fi is going to be absolutely fine. Obviously on a home hi-fi, you'll even have a bit of amplification that you can add if you want to. I don't think you'll need to be honest with you. So you'll manage with the volume just fine. Second scenario I use these in is in the MKFM radio station studio. So I will definitely use the large adapter for this, because the mixing desk needs the adapter. And so I use them for my radio shows. So again, you would use ideally closed back headphones in a studio environment like so, like a radio station, because when you open the mic channel, all that you actually want coming through the mic is just your voice. You don't then also want leaking audio coming through. Now, I don't have them that loud in the studio anyway, so that's never actually going to be an issue anyway. But that's why you would use closed back headphones in a radio scenario, or if you're a vocalist. So perhaps you're in a recording studio, like if you've got a pro mic set up, your headphones are on so that you can hear the music. You wouldn't play the music out on the speakers, you see, and that's the same in the radio station studios. You wouldn't play the music on. There are speakers, there are big monitors in the radio station studio, but you wouldn't have them on, because if you had them on and the music was coming through, and then you're opening up the mic channel and talking in the mic, because there'd be a slight time delay of the audio signal of the music playing, it would effectively echo the sound of the music in the microphone. So that would sound really horrible when a DJ or a presenter speaking on air. So you would use closed back headphones. So what you do, you put up the music channel. You don't put the fader up. Sorry, I was about to say you put the fader up on the music channel. You don't actually do that. You press the Q button. So you keep the fader down so it doesn't come out of the speakers anywhere, and it doesn't get recorded. If you're doing like a pre-record show, for example, and then because you're just queuing, you'll hear the music in the headphones, and then obviously when you open the mic channel, and that's the one that's armed for recording then, and so what gets recorded or goes out on air, so again, if it's a pre-record or a live show, what goes out on air is just your voice. So I use them for that. Absolutely perfect. No, I don't crank them up stupid in that type of environment. I have them louder at home. And my third use for them, and I kind of mentioned it already, is when I do my YouTube videos. So when I'm actually using my Pro DJ gear, the Pioneer CDJ 3000s, both connected via digital signal to the Pioneer DJM A9 mixer. And then the great thing about the A9 mixer is, now the bonus with the A9 is, you can use the big or you can use the small. So actually I don't even need to go reaching for the adapter, so that's handy, because sometimes you rock up at a club, for example, or an event, and you'll find you didn't pack one of these. I've got to the radio station before and that's happened. I've realised this is at home. I do try and always keep it in the Beyerdynamic bag, in the drawstring bag, because I do try and transport these in the bag every time. But about 2 weeks ago I went to do the show, got to the station and realised I didn't have this adapter, and they didn't have any floating around in the studio that I could use for so I couldn't use my Beyerdynamics because the mixer only has the large headphone port, not the small. So that caught me out. I used one of the pairs in the studio. But yeah, on the DJM A9 mixer, the great thing is it has small and large twice. So on the DJM A9 mixer, you actually have headphones A and headphones B, which is brilliant. So if I'm performing live and then the next DJ's stepping up to the decks, they can plug into headphone B and they can then prepare and monitor, listen to their queued up track ready to, start their set. Or if you're working back to back, so if you're doing a back to back set, that's ideal. That is perfect. Literally, one of you can be plugged into headphone A, the other can be plugged into headphone B, and you just switch the cues respectively for each of the channels that you're trying to listen to. They're great for that. They are absolutely awesome. Now, admittedly, I haven't tried them in a live environment on a stage yet. So in October, I'm going to be DJing and presenting or hosting the Marshall Arena event for a Halloween party on Friday, the 25th of October, with lots of 90s boy bands. So we've got Blazing Squad, A1, 911, we've got E17 and Peter Andre all performing on the night. I'm the host. I'm going to be DJing in between each of the acts and doing an opening set. So my stuff will be very much, dance anthems, that kind of stuff throughout the night. I'll play some R&B probably at the beginning, 90s and noughties R&B, hip-hop, take it that way, and then take the pace up through the night. I would usually use my Sennheiser HD 25s, but if any of you have seen any of my previous videos, one of the sides, one of the cups has literally gone. It's broken, so I need to replace it. No, it's not a cable issue. I've tested cables. I've bought other cables. I have an old pair of Sennheiser headphones, which use the same cable, funny enough. And when I test it in there, they're actually fine. So I know it's the cup that's gone. I think it'll cost about £35, probably £40 to buy a new cup to replace it. So when I say cup, like, like one of these, the actual this side, I would need both. And ironically, I'm one of those DJs that will be one ear on, one ear off. So you could argue, well, surely you only need the one ear to be working, don't you? Yeah, I mean, the problem is in a stadium or arena environment or stadium environment, even in a club, because the music is so loud, sometimes it does benefit you to go into the headphones, completely shut yourself off, just if there's something you're really trying to listen for and you can't quite hear with the noise of the environment and the music that's currently playing. So I'm thinking about playing with these at the Marshall Arena for that event. One issue I have with any headphones, literally any headphones, and I guess it's not just me, but I know this is a me thing. I am a sweaty. I sweat terribly. So literally, even just sitting in my front room in the evening with my MacBook, if I've got these on and it's a hot evening, even my head's sweating now, just literally talking to you on camera with the lighting and everything. If I put these on, this gets soaked. And these are nice and soft and fluffy, which sounds nice, right? But they're going to suck up or sop up a lot of sweat. And when I'm on stage in front of 2,000 people, like, the pressure's on anyway, let's be honest. You're trying to perform, you're trying to be your best. Your adrenaline's already pumping through you. You sweat in that environment anyway, plus the heat of the night, plus in the DJ console. If it's anything like the last two events that I played there back in 2023, so April and October, that was another Halloween 90s and noughties throwback night. The speaker stacks, the monitor stacks either side of you feel like you're really closed in, and the heat is just phenomenal. I'm going to be really sweaty. Like, I take a towel with me to a gig. I like having a small little black hand towel. I've got to wipe down. You've probably seen Cole Cox doing the same kind of thing as well. We can't hide it from you. We're big lads. And us biggies, we do sweat a lot. I know it's a health thing. I get that. I highly recommend them though. The quality, the audio level, yeah, chef's kiss. Gorgeous. I'd highly recommend them. Absolutely. Oh, I know what the other question was. Someone said, are they 120 ohm? No. So if I remember correctly, I could be completely wrong here, and I'm not going to research it before I do the video. I might put it on the screen for you to confirm. But with the Beyerdynamic DT 770s, you have 3 different ohm versions. I think one is 80. I think one is 120. Check the screen, because I'll put it on the screen to make sure, the stuff on the screen is going to be confirmed. Okay, I'll check their website and make sure I confirm it there for you. These are actually only, I've forgotten that as well, 38 or 48 ohm. Sorry, this is obviously not a technical review. And it isn't. I just wanted to give my opinion on them. That's literally what this video is. Me giving you my opinion. I use them, so why don't I tell you, how I use them and whether they work for me in those environments and situations. They do. They're beautiful. This will probably sell you the idea. Without a blink of an eye, if these ever break, I would literally buy them again. I would literally replace these like that, honestly. So if that tells you what you need to know, and hopefully it does, then yeah, that would be my review of these. Would you buy them again? I often, do you know what I do? I do that with food and drink. When we're in a restaurant or I try a new dish, my wife will be like, what do you think? I'm like, I'd have this again. If it's something you would order again, it's all right, right? Or there might be something you're like, oh, remind me not to buy that again. I would literally buy these again in the blink of an eye. It's just the live performance thing that's putting me off. But yeah, they're 38 or 48 ohm. Now, sorry, just in case you don't know what ohm refers to in headphones. So that's what's known as impedance. And it kind of ties in with the question that the gentleman, I think it was a guy that asked me, about could I use them to listen to the home hi-fi. So it's all about the power, the volume that you might need to increase when you're trying to listen to headphones. So all headphones, even little earbuds, all headphones have an impedance level. And it can vary from something tiny to something huge, okay? If something has a got to get this the right way around. If it's a large ohm, like 120, for example, you're going to need some kind of what you call preamp to really push the so you can hear. You're going to need to crank the volume right up. Now, with a laptop where, let's say the volume will go from 0 to 10. I don't know, or 0 to 100, whatever. Let's say 0 to 10, just as an example. If you crank up to 10, it won't be loud enough still. So you're like, well, guys, these are really quiet. How can I get more volume? So you'd need it's known as a headphone amp or headphone preamp. So yeah, you buy something like that, you'd need like an amplifier for your headphones. So the headphones plug into the amplifier then plugs into the headphone port on, say, your laptop or your mixer or your device, etc. These are low. Not that that's affected me in any way, shape, or form yet. I even keep my headphones quite low on the DJM A9 mixer. But again, remember, I'm recording in my front room with dead silence. It's not like I've got 28 12-inch subwoofers banging away. I'm not in a club environment. I haven't tried them in a club, like I said. I haven't tried them on stage in a festival yet, or at an event, or an arena. And so the one reason why I'm a little bit dubious, a little bit apprehensive about using them at the Marshall Arena in October this year is simply because, are they going to be loud enough in that loud environment? But I didn't buy these for that type of environment. So I think I will need to replace the cup for the Sennheiser HD25s, because those bad boys can crank. I've used them in the Marshall Arena twice already, and I know they can handle it. And on the Saturday night, so when I'm DJing on Friday the 25th of October, on Saturday the 26th of October, it's another Worried About Henry night. Now, if you don't know what Worried About Henry is, they are a drum and bass promoter. The last time I DJ'd at the last Halloween event on a Friday at the Marshall Arena, so this was October of 2023, the following night on the Saturday, Andy C was headlining. It was another Worried About Henry event, and the lineup was absolutely huge. Like, it had some of the biggest names in drum and bass, DJs, MCs, the lot. Phenomenal. And they're doing it again this year. Worried About Henry are on the Saturday night. We've got the 90s and noughties throwback Halloween party with the pop boy bands on the Friday night. And the great thing there is that if it's anything like last year, the Marshall Arena will be set up for the whole weekend with the Worried About Henry lighting and sound system. That means, like last year, I played on... The lighting was phenomenal. It was like 10x what it was back in April. April was phenomenal. The sound system was phenomenal. But when we did... April was Battle of the Bands. It was like a Marshall thing. So, Marshall amplifiers. Some kind of Battle of the Bands thing was happening at the stadium. And so it had like the phenomenal sound system, phenomenal lighting. That was in April. Then for the October, when I realised I'd stepped up behind the decks and you've already got 4 CDJ 3000, a DJ A9 mixer, and I'm like, yep, you can definitely tell Andy C and the drum and bass boys are literally going to be playing on this set of decks tomorrow night. So that was amazing, yeah, because the sound system and the lighting was off the chart. It was phenomenal. But it's loud, right? It's going to be loud. Will these cut it? I don't think so. Plus, I don't want to ruin them sweaty-wise. I'm not necessarily sure I want to take these out on the road. I like using them in the radio station environment, the studio. I'm on my own. It's clean. It's quiet. There's no one there. I'm not throwing my stuff about. When you're DJing, sometimes you kind of throw your headphones down a lot, in a live environment, or you might have to quickly run off somewhere so you sort of launch it, or you need to speak to an artist or somebody like that. So, if I'm on stage with Peter Andre, I might have to keep whipping the headphones off and then back on again and that kind of thing. Last year, I shared the stage with Baby D, Rosala, Fats and Small, Living Joy, some fantastic names from the 90s and noughties. Yeah, that's... sorry, that was a long ramble, wasn't it? I really enjoyed doing this video. I would buy them again immediately. blink of an eye. Right, let's take that cable out so that doesn't break. There you go. It's a good fit. And I'll make sure I keep that on the end for now. I am going to be recording, what am I doing this weekend? I'm going to record another trance mix. I'll actually be doing the subscribers mix as well, actually, this weekend. So I'll record, so I don't know if you saw my post on YouTube. I said if you're a subscriber, or you don't have to be a subscriber, if you just saw my post, give me some ideas of what you want to hear in a mix, for a trance mix. And I've had quite a few of you come back to me with some choices. So I've compiled a track list, and I'll be filming that this weekend. I'll also film another old school mix. I like chopping those little mixes up and putting them onto TikTok. They are getting such a following on TikTok, the old school rave stuff. So yeah, they're doing really well. For now though, thanks for watching. If you found any of my mad ramblings useful or just entertaining, give it a like. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And yeah, if you're here for DJ talk and music, you're in the right place. See you soon.